Right now, we're facing a man-made disaster of global scale. Our greatest threat in thousands of years, climate change. If we don't take action, the collapse of our civilizations and the extinction of much of the natural world is on the horizon.
Climate change is a pressing issue that has profound impacts on the Philippines, leading to increased frequency and severity of natural disasters, sea level rise, extreme rainfall, resource shortages, and environmental degradation. These consequences have significantly affected various sectors in the country, including agriculture, water resources, infrastructure, human health, and coastal ecosystems. The Philippines, being one of the most disaster prone countries globally, faces numerous challenges by climate change.
One, natural disasters. The Philippines experiences around 20 typhoons annually, with devastating effects on infrastructure, agriculture, and livelihoods. Typhoons like Typhoon Odette in 2021 caused significant damages and displacement, impacting millions of people, leading to loss of lives. 2. Geographical vulnerability. Situated in the Pacific Ring of Fire, the Philippines is prone to earthquakes and volcanic eruptions, further compounded by climate change impacts like sea level rise, flooding, and landslides. 3. Greenhouse emissions. Despite contributing minimally to global greenhouse gas emissions, the Philippines faces increasing emissions, primarily from coal and fuel oil usage. Efforts are underway to reduce emission and transition to cleaner energy sources.
Next is the environmental risk. The Philippines ranks high on the World Risk Index for disaster vulnerability. Regions like Manila are particularly at risk due to their exposure to climate hazards. These risks include sea level rise and extreme weather events such as typhoons, floods, landslides, and droughts. These events can cause significant damage to infrastructure, agriculture, and ecosystems, as well as pose threats to human lives and livelihoods. Next is the Super Typhoon Haiyan. Super Typhoon Haiyan, which struck the Philippines in 2013, was one of the strongest storms ever recorded. It highlighted the destructive power of climate change-induced storms. Haiyan caused widespread devastation, resulting in the loss of thousands of lives, displacement of millions of people, and significant economic repercussions. The impact of this typhoon served as a wake-up call to the urgent need for climate action and adaptation measures in the country. Number 6 is the coastal ecosystems and fisheries. Climate change poses threats to coastal ecosystems and fisheries in the Philippines. Ocean warming and acidification driven by climate change have detrimental effects on coral reefs and mangroves. These ecosystems are crucial for supporting biodiversity, protecting coastlines from erosion, and providing habitats for fish species. Their degradation can lead to a decline in fish populations, affecting the livelihoods of coastal communities that depend on fishing and tourism. Lastly is the future projections. Projections indicate that the Philippines will experience rising temperatures, altered rainfall patterns, and increased intensity of typhoons in the future. These changes will lead to more frequent and severe natural disasters. Rising temperatures can exacerbate drought conditions and increase the risk of health-related illnesses. Altered rainfall patterns can result in periods of intense rainfall, leading to floods and landslides. The increased intensity of typhoons poses a significant threat to the country, as it is already prone to these storms. These future projections highlight the urgent need for adaptation measures and resilience building efforts to mitigate the impacts of climate change in the Philippines.
The impacts of climate change on people are: first is economic impacts. Agriculture, a vital sector in the Philippines, faces reduced yields, crop losses, and increased food insecurity due to climate change induced extreme weather events. The agricultural sector is projected to suffer significant GDP losses by 2100. Second is infrastructure. Rising sea levels, floods, and typhoons pose risk to urban infrastructure, especially in informal settlements, leading to damages, displacement, and economic losses.
Energy and water. Climate change affects energy supply and demand, leading to power outage and increased cooling needs. Water scarcity, reduced river flows, and saltwater intrusion impacts water availability, posing challenges to water resources. Health impacts. Climate change contributes to spread of vector and waterborne diseases such as malaria and dengue through increased humidity and healthcare systems.
The impact of climate change in the Philippines are profound and multifaceted, affecting various aspects of society and the environment. Urgent action is needed to mitigate climate change, adapt to its consequences, and build resilience to safeguard the well-being of the Filipino people and the country ecosystem. Collaboration, sustainable practices, and proactive measures are essential in addressing the challenge posed by climate change in Philippines and ensuring a sustainable future for all.